Coverage of Sky Super Rugby Aupiki is proudly brought to you by Bunnings Warehouse.
Hoki mai anō, welcome back to Owen Delaney Park in Taupo, where we are building up to a historic day. Super Rugby Aupiki pre-season between the Chiefs and Matatu. Slightly different to what we had planned, but nevertheless a game getting underway. And this is what the teams will be playing for once the competition proper starts. Hene Ruhi, the Dawn Maiden, a deity synonymous with high performance. She is light at the dawn of a new day. A beautiful taonga gifted to this competition. Well, we're looking at these lineups and we've said this Chiefs team is stacked. Who's Alan Bunting going with, honey?
Yeah, well, the wait is over as we get our first look at the Chiefs Manawa team, starting up front with Bay of Plenty front rowers Mulu and Connor, pairing with Waikato prop Kalunivali. Te Iringa and Hohepa in lock, while a dynamic loose trio of Edmund, Simon and Captain Elder. Shifting to the backs, new pairing Marino Tohunu and Brazier will be looking to find a good connection. Powerful midfielders Hohepa and Flula will offer some strong leadership, while Woodman, Tui and Chubik will be a dominant back three with ball in hand in space.
Well, some of the Blues players in their bubbles have been able to come along, of course, not being able to play this weekend. But let's have a look at Matatu and their lineup for this match. It's an all Black Ferns front row with Rule, Ponsonby and Love. Brumbies captain and Wallaroo, Michaela Leonard, joins Chelsea Bremner at lock, while captain Alana Bremner leads a loose trio with Lucy Jenkins and former Black Fern Marcel Parks. No Kendra Cox edge, so Daihini starts at half-back and will run the back line with Turori Wagapa. It's a big test for the midfielders McGovern and Duplessis. Powerhouse Martha Mataeli is on one wing and flyer Grace Steinmetz on the other, and a key recruit Renee Holmes, one test Blackfern, is at fullback, coming up against many of her Waikato teammates. Right, let's get sideline and catch up with Ben Castle for a look at conditions.
Kia ora, Ricky. Tēnā koe, hane, no mai, haere mai. Welcome in everybody with Central North Island Taupo. And here it is, perfect conditions as well. It's very warm and you can see there's a little breeze, but nothing that will trouble these players. And the pitch here at Owen Delaney is in very good condition, as it always is. And as you both mentioned, Ricky, honey, Aupiki is here. There's a real sense of energy down here on the sideline. Now Manawa, they have won the toss of this match. Matatu, they will kick off playing right to left.
And here is Matatu. For the very first time, New Zealand's newest professional sports team will hit the field. It has been quite the time, a 6-8 months to get this squad together and to build something new. And they already seem, honey, that they look like they've built something really special.
Absolutely, and how stunning is that uniform that they're wearing there? They look outstanding, they look ready to go, they look fired up.
That is some seriously slick kit. Looking good on Matatu. As I say, this is the South Islands team. They draw resource from the Crusaders and Highlanders, but they are very much a new team and a new club. And here are the Chiefs, full of names and faces that we have come to know over the last few years. Possibly the tournament favourites once Aupiki proper gets underway, but the first chance here to get this side out. And on paper, you'll note there is more players. Teams have got 24, 25. There'll be some extra reserves today for this pre-season match. But honey, as I say, even though it's pre-season, this feels like a special day.
It does, and you can feel the hype. Even without a crowd, you can feel the hype building here and absolutely at home. There's so many players who aren't able to be here. There's the other two teams that weren't able to front. They'll all be looking to back today and be watching.
This is He Piko He Tanefa, a new Chiefs Manawa haka. the challenge is set. If this competition is the definition of Manawa Hene, and we talk about Hene Ruhi, the trophy that they will play for, it might be a short, sharp event when we get to it, but there is no doubting the commitment of these ladies, honey.
Yeah, great performance from both teams. Our first view at their haka, and wow, you felt the mana in both of those hakas. It's such a big deal for these players to come out and present themselves, and really, we've been talking about unleashing, they unleash in that haka.
Oh, the others who've been waiting to unleash a while too, our referees, it's been a while. Maggie Kogoro will take charge of the first half. There'll be a change in the second, but she's supported by Tiana Ngawati and Tanika Urata. As we are almost ready to go here at Owen Delaney Park in Taupo. Super Rugby Aupiki, the first steps pre-season. Chiefs Manawa in the pink, Matatu in the teal. And it will be Renee Holmes, the Waikato player, girl from Gisborne, now finds her way in the South Islands team, the vice-captain today, to get us underway. And we are off in Super Rugby Aupiki. Holmes drives it long to start with. Here's the first early touch for, well, the key players, Tubic and then Brazier. There's a lot of tactical nous there. That's only found Holmes, though, just on the 10-metre side of halfway, and she's absolutely crunched, just crept up a little bit high. Did Ruby Tui, playing on the left wing for the Chiefs. And Holmes goes for touch early, so good opportunity for them early on, sideline Ben Castle.
Yeah, great opportunity. I think it's Kennedy Simon there, the number 8, just lifting those legs. That's what the referee has put that penalty for, but now they get an opportunity set piece. Looks to be a shortened line out. Some forwards down their back line as well. Let's see how accurate they are. No conditions to speak of that will harm this throw.
Throw, it goes off the top from Georgia Ponsonby. Good ball into Bremner, and Matatu will set their first attack. Heaney gets it away for Michaela Leonard, the Australian player. New in, oh, a bit of a pull of the hair that was there from Kelowna Valley. Heaney stopped in her tracks and is quite frankly looks furious. They'll get another penalty.
Yeah, absolutely accidental there. You saw Tanya Kalunivali realise she was reaching to pull the player through, accidentally got a hold of her hair. But that's okay, it's a good start here. You can see Tanya goes, she's trying to fight for the ball there. She reaches out, accidentally gets a hold of Heaney's hair.
Well, penalty both ways, isn't it, really? You can't play the halfback, so either way, reaching through, you've got to just clean that player out. But this is a good start. Yeah, good accurate set piece, good carry. Again, we talked about conditions, so hopefully Liv McGovern, the first option.
Yeah, so Liv McGovern with the kicking duties for Matatu. One of the regular kickers for Canterbury and Whara Palmer Cup the last few years. Good, strong, robust midfielder, real competitor. Liv McGovern gets a chance to get Matatu's first points. And McGovern strikes it nicely. Good start for Matatu. Points on the board early. They go 3-0 up.
Matatu has opened up the score. So now we have 3-0.
So a little bit of ill discipline from the Chiefs early on, and Matatu looked pretty clinical to start. Here's Hazel Tubic, rewarded with a Black Ferns contract and could be a very key player over the next year or so. Tubic goes shallow with the restart, but she's overcooked it, yes, so mistake from the Chiefs. And more early possession here for Matatu.
Yeah, some early rust from the Chiefs. The moment, a couple of uncharacteristic errors coming in there, especially with Hazel Tubic. She's quite an accurate kicker. She won't be happy with that, but you can see the eagerness of Matatu from their very first kickoff. Their line speed on that defence, they shot up. It's like they were sprinting a 40-metre sprint. They're in this game and they want the ball all the time.
We saw a good set piece at line-out time now. They get an opportunity at scrum time to Matatu. You can see that back line split there. They've got 4 out to the left, 2 to the right of that scrum, but getting the scrum right will be important. The feed there from Daihini.
Oh, good shove from the Chiefs, and then a little bit of stability came just when they needed it. Parks was able to go up in the back, and through the hands they go. Here's Matiali in a little bit of space. Good tackle made on her by Tubic. Pops it back again for Holmes. She's wrapped up by Woodman. Player down and back play for the Chiefs. One short on the line. Pip Love running hard through the middle as she always does. Crunched by 4 Chiefs players. Tearing it. Rolling away, it looks okay though, and again the Chiefs physical rushing up, so Duplessis just hacks it away down to Woodman. The bounce is out over the sideline, but they're really getting up and physical, and the faces are the Chiefs.
Yeah, the defence effort's there. You can see they're trying to pack in numbers to ensure that they're stopping those ball runners, but I like what Matatu are doing. They're shifting the ball, they're trying to keep the ball alive, not necessarily going to ruck and slowing the play down.
Penalised though, Matatu offside from the kick, so that allows Tubic to tap and go to Brazier, and they want to try and get some of this firepower into the action. Here's the first touch for Flula, pops the ball for Tui into the fray. There's Ruby Tui, then lends back right on top of one of her teammates. Able to get it away quickly for Kalunavale, and danger runner in midfield. Marino Tohinu clears away. Hohepa, that's China. And now Tubic looks to step her way through, tried to squeeze a ball through traffic. But the knock-on comes off Matatu, unlucky for them. But both teams looking like they want to play with width and keep the ball alive.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see them wanting to shift the ball early, get it out to their threats, the likes of Tui and Woodman out on the wings there, but also Tubic, you know, she's probably one of the most unrated players, and yet she's able to break the lines in little small movements like that that then set up and create play.
Arahiana Marino Tohinu, halfback for the Chiefs, missed all of FPC last year with a shoulder injury in the end of year 2. It's good to see her back out there. County's halfback, real leader for this Chiefs team.
Well, Ricky, it was a really powerful scrum as well from Chiefs Manawa. That was Matatu ball on that last one. Now they get an opportunity with their ball. Really good position to attack. You see Brazier there to the right-hand side. She has Flula outside, and Tubic, who you've mentioned many times. They're all talking about what they can get here. They'll be concentrating on the set piece, but their scrum looks steady to start.
Just starting to move, front rows go down, so Marino Tohinu will have to clear it. She goes to the blind side for Woodman, gets a little one-on-one with Matiali, trying to get around the outside. Woodman does so, then runs over the top. Great tackle though, Holmes. The last line of defence was perfect from Renee Holmes, but it's still there for the Chiefs. Simon will lay it back. Quick ball again for a halfback. Brazier through the hands. Tubic into the line once more, and then back in field for Hohepa. Carla can't quite get it away. She can. Well cleaned up by Liz Elder, I think it was, but it had gone forward. Oh, there was some bite in that attack from the Chiefs.
You can see the Sevens influence of Coach Alan Bunting here. He's wanting to play out the back as the players. The likes of Portia Woodman, give her space and time. She will beat a one-on-one defender every time. She runs into her own teammate, Renee Holmes from the Black Ferns, and then they try to play out the back again. It's exactly a Sevens similar style play.
Chatting to Alan Bunting a wee while back when he first took over with this job, he's like, well, if you've got Portia Woodman and Stacey Flula and Ruby Tui in your team, people want to see the ball in their hands. We've got to find ways to get it there. Good defence, though, from Matatu. As Heaney feeds the scrum. A little bit more parity this time. Now creeping forward, Matatu. Good ball for Heaney to work with, and they go down the short side for Holmes. Big fend in the face of Marino Tohinu. Nice spin back in field from Steinmetz, and the penalty will go against Matatu, though, holding on under pressure.
Oh, it's a great turnover from Ruby Tui. She's so strong on her feet. There's not a lot to her in terms of body mass, but she knows her way around a breakdown, and she will get that ball every single time.
Such a good asset, isn't it, to have that on on the wing across the park. You can see number 11, eyes on number 11 there, Ruby Tui, just her technique at the breakdown, very strong. You can see there's two players trying to move her away, but too good on her feet. And now a great attacking opportunity for Manawa, full line out.
Luca Connor with the throw. Hepa and Searinga are the targets. It was Elder at the back though, but pinched away by Matatu and scooped up by Jenkins. And that allows them to clear through the boot of McGovern. Not out of the danger zone yet, but a good clearance away. And a good line-out steal from Matatu.
Luke will be wanting to clean up that throw. It's been such a concern in the women's game, specifically coming off the back of the Black Ferns tour last year. If she has the opportunity to nail this, I know Luca will.
A lot of noise in that line out again. It's messy. It might just fall on the Chiefs side. No, in fact, it's gone Matatu's way once more, and they look to spread through. McGovern carrying hard. Squeezes that ball back for Heaney. And now through the hands, happy to run it out down low for Steinmetz. Chips ahead. She was the one to chase, but she was cleaned up, and this could be danger. As the Chiefs get a chance to counter. Woodman through the middle and up over halfway. It's been a willing contest so far, and now Tubic looks to peel off some metres and does just that with a beautiful kick up over the 22.
Well, we talked about her tactical kicking, and that's exactly what we're talking about. She nails the kicks exactly when you need her to, and they're in great position now, although there's some discrepancy on whether it's been touched or not. But you can see here the ball going wide. They're shifting it to the wide. You've got the likes of Grace Steinmetz. You need her to have the ball in hand. She goes for the chip, and it's picked up pretty quickly from the Chiefs in return ball.
It's Matatu ball. Ponsonby to throw, and goes to the middle, but that wasn't straight either, so the team's having a little bit of trouble with their line out. Tried to hit Alana Bremner, couldn't do so. I think looking at that Chiefs team, honey, too, they've got such options, don't they, with Tubic and Brazier, probably two of the smartest rugby brains going around, and that ability to almost have, I hate to say, to bring up the term dual playmakers.
Yeah, 100%, but that's exactly, I think, the game style that they will be playing. And then you look on the other side with Te Rau Orewa and Renee Holmes, both dual playmakers, and that's probably where the game is evolving to, with the fullbacks being able to also step into first fives.
Scrum contest has been good so far. Marino Tohinu gets it and flicks it out the back for Brazier to the line, stands a little kick through, Flula's on the chase, how's the bounce? Well, Holmes is there to clean it up at the back, but penalty will go to Matatu. Someone got a flyer.
Yeah, it looks like Stacey Flula is being pinged for offside. She's just too fast. I don't think the ref turned around and saw her, but I mean, look at the speed in that line. It's probably borderline there, overchased or just a tad. Stacey a little bit in front of the ball there. Otherwise, it was all tries.
A nice little bit of variety as well, isn't it, from Manawa's that. Oh, it hasn't found touch.
Oh, didn't find touch, attacked the ball in the air, Tubic, and then knocked it on. So Matatu will get the ball back as Amy Rule, the Southlander, carries forward. Heaney tries to work down the short side and gets monstered by Edmonds. What a story Victoria Edmonds is. Here's Chelsea Bremner. Here's a turn. Chiefs trying to get over this player down and back play. It's Kaluna Vale for the Chiefs, I think. And it's squirted out. Back on their side, though, scooped up by Edmonds. So a little bit of control, or lack of control, with ball in hand at the moment. Allow Chiefs to counter again. Brazier. Early ball for Hohepa. Runs hard and direct all the time. Couldn't quite free the arms for Tui, but they'll be able to recycle this again, the Chiefs. Here's Kalunavali, obviously up and all right, and goes heavy into contact. Good tackle made, though. Stood her ground, did Parks. Brazier out the back for Flula, and then wide again for Woodman, and it's Elder roaming down the left wing. the Chiefs and Black Ferns captain, Marino Tauhinu, gets there. Now Connor. Chiefs building their phases. Matatu been under pressure really since they got those early points on. Had to make a lot of tackles and still having to make them. Te Ringa. Quick ball, good hands, and now numbers. Oh, can't quite find the hands of Tui. Tried to soccer it forward, but just little seams and overlaps being created by the Chiefs.
Yeah, you're seeing the Chiefs now start to pull together 10-plus phases, and it does come down to the patience. You can see they want to shift the ball. They're creating space. Unfortunately, the ball didn't go to hand there, but that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to build those phases. So I'm liking the patience, but also the backing themselves and being able to throw the long ball as well.
In the right area of the field as well, aren't they? That's where they're keeping Matatu camped down inside. Between two, so putting pressure on them. With and without the ball, it's impressive.
Ponsonby to throw for Matatu down the back, and that's better this time to Alana Brenner. McGovern hoists it high for Duplessis to chase Tui, comes forward, attacks it in the air, but can't bring it in. So it's unusual, but it worked. The tactic worked, and that'll give Matatu some more attacking possession.
It absolutely worked, and Matatu are absolutely stoked about it. I mean, not often do you see Ruby Tui lose a battle in the air, but this time round, Matatu come off best.
And they've stood up on defence as well. Matatu haven't had a lot of the ball, and they've had to put their shots in. We've talked about all the ball that Chiefs Manawa have had, and they've thrown plenty at this defensive line of Matatu, but they've stood up. We saw a big collision there from number 8, Marcel Parks. Very good player. Now they get a good opportunity now with the ball. They've got to do something with it. Their scrum creaked on the first one. They came back strong, so they've got a good platform to work off here. Now it's just what they can do with it. Been really impressed also. Renee Holmes out in 15 for Matatu. Some lovely touches on attack and also defence. So plenty of quality in both teams, just getting that ball in hand now.
Yeah, Renee Holmes, you said from Gisborne, has been playing in the Waikato the last couple of years, but has made a smart move, I think, to Matatu, and I know Blair Baxter, the coach, was very pleased to pick her up. Here's Heaney, gets this in and gets it away once more. Here's McGovern, and on the wraparound, good work from Gapper. Nice quick hands from Steinmetz, and here is Holmes. She's got Matieli with her, but takes on Brazier, gets the ball away. Oh, can't quite link up with Matieli, and then lost on the ground or on the way. Hands on head from Duplessis, but it's another good injection from the player. Ben Castle had just mentioned that backline looks sharp when they get rolling, Matatu.
Oh, 100%, and it's just the skill set of these players. Look at the transfer here. She knows that Kelly's getting close. She puts the ball back in two hands. Unfortunately, the ball just doesn't go to hand there again. But just the confidence that these women are showing to get the ball wide, passing under pressure, it's impressive.
Yeah, some of that skill as well. We've seen Steinmetz as well, just that lovely soft hands, taking that ball under pressure, able to get that pass away. You know, there is credit to all that coaching group and the teams here. You can hear the benches as well. They're up with every move and every moment that their team does well. They're all supporting one another. Really good culture through both of these teams.
What the old notebooks are out for the Blues players that are here. They're all sort of tucked in little groups in the stand, and their wee bubbles within their squad. Those players that have been able to make it, and they are taking some fierce notes, and they'll be keeping an eye on that woman, Black Ferns Player of the Year, Kennedy Simon, with a good carry. Horhepper and Flula almost run into each other, and then Horhepper forces the pass. They might look to counter here, Matatu. No, in fact, they'll go back and play the knock-on. There's just been a couple of times where they've tried to flick that extra past the Chiefs, and they haven't quite stuck yet.
Yeah, I think the excitement's up, you know, and they're trying to pull out every single move. I mean, they've been preparing for this game for the last 2-3 months now, and you can see they just want to throw every single set-piece move out there and probably forcing a few too many passes. And everyone wants to get the first try of the comp, right?
This is not the note-taking group of the Blues. The other ones are a wee way away, but interesting to see Rebecca Todd, I think, looks like she was in under there. Of course, Canterbury player, going up north. Tyler Nathan Wong in there as well. I'm trying to identify everyone under the masks and the sunnies. Good if you want to go incognito. Still just the one penalty to Liv McGovern in the opening 3 minutes as we head towards the 20-minute mark. And here's Holmes again, stabs a little kick through for herself to chase. She's caught them almost out here, the Chiefs, but eventually Tubic will be able to go back. And then going back to play the penalty for Chiefs offside. Wondering what the decision was going to be, but just a little change of tactic from Holmes.
It'll be interesting to see what Matatu decide here. They go, I mean, their set piece has been really strong. I'd love to see them go for some points here.
It looks as though they're going to opt for that sideline and keep backing their set piece. Those points would have been on offer. We'd seen a taken kick earlier by Holmes, but now here they walk into this line out. We'll see what numbers they have. The back line are talking now about what they've got to do. The targets, they've had Leonard up, they've had Bremner.
Leonard in jersey 4, the Australian international, but it's Chelsea Bremner, and they'll set a drive on her, but all the Chiefs have stopped that in its tracks. That's how you defend a line-out drive very nicely. And now they try and get a little bit of a way on again, and so it'll be Rule who peels away for McGovern. McGovern steps inside one, goes to the line herself. Liv McGovern caught just short by Woodman, 4 metres out. The Chiefs try and pile in. There's bodies lying all over it. They get the advantage going Matatu's way. Good incursion from McGovern. Heaney goes right for Parks. Parks gets rid of the tackle of Simon and then is wrestled to ground as well. Matatu pressing here. Go back for the penalty. Chiefs putting bodies into it and slowing up the play. Good little charge from McGovern though. Heaney will tap and go for herself. She goes for Bremner, buries the head and then gets driven back was Chelsea Bremner. Heaney again to Alana and then shovels on for Mataele, the strong winger, 4 metres short. Nice quick ball for Heaney to work with again. Gapper goes wide for Steinmetz. Good hand Steinmetz, but Tui read it beautifully. Ragdolls her opposite out over the side. Oh, I thought Tui was going to be away then for a minute. Good intervention from Holmes. But Ruby Tui summed up the situation, and they might get the Chiefs out of trouble here as Chubik bangs it away downfield. Only as far as Steinmetz though, just on this side of halfway. Still they go. McGovern. Matiele, he's got Jenkins roaming wide with her. Oh, Matiele gets rid of Portia Woodman, throws it back to her. And open field. Portia Woodman could go 60, 70 metres here. McGovern chasing. Woodman surely will back herself to the corner. Too much gas. And the first try of Super Rugby Aupiki pre-season goes to who else but Portia Woodman with a 60-metre burst.
Oh, they're absolutely ecstatic about it. That come off a whole lot of happening what was going on there. From the ball going from side to side to side. And when you throw it past the last person you want to touch in space, as Portia Woodman finds her and she's got an open run to the try line. Great try from the Chiefs.
Well, it was all that good work, wasn't it, by Mataele? It came back, you can see here, just puts the foot down. She just put a bit of footwork on there, and then this ball just bobbling around, and you're right, honey, anyone like this with a wing jersey on there, it's always this good night nurse, isn't it? Look at this pace down the sideline. Great to see her in full fitness and full flight. Portia Woodman, great try.
Well, it looked almost for a split second that McGovern had it covered, and then it's like that second burst that she just gets and streaked away.
She shifts from second gear to gear 5 and, you know.
Well, she's got about gear 10. So the first try goes to Woodman. Just as Matatu had really started to build again. It's Brazier with the kicking duties for the Chiefs. Perfect conditions for goal kickers today, and especially the quality of Kelly Brazier. So the Chiefs are on the board with a converted try. Portia Woodman the score, Kelly Brazier the conversion. The Chiefs lead Matatu 7 points to 3.
And here it is here. I mean, great work from Mataele to get around Woodman. But then, again, Woodman picks it up and she's in open space. Portia in full flight. Everyone wants to see it. Great work. Can we call it a gifted try? Matatu gifted her that
She still
try.
had to go 60 odd metres. But I'm sure when Martha Matiele turned and realised whose hands that ball had gone into, the head would drop. So 23 minutes gone here in Tauport. 7 points to 3, the Chiefs lead as Holmes gets us back underway into the arms of Kelly Simon down there. And here's Connor. Nice quick ball again for Marino Tohini to work with, who goes back to Tubic. Getting it underneath that is Gapper. Now Holmes got a good kicking game as well. Sizes up the options. Oh, just goes past one and then runs headlong into Elder, which is never a great idea. And the Chiefs will win this back too, blowing in over that ball. So turnover ball for the Chiefs. Delamere through the hands and knocked down, but they go back to play the penalty. Good hit from Les Elder. It's funny, isn't it? You can go through a game and not necessarily say her name a lot, but everything she does, she has such an influence on what her team is doing.
Oh, she's always in and amongst everything, Les Elder. She's got that work rate that she pops up on one side of the field and 2 seconds later she's on the other side of the field. But it was a good option from Renee Holmes. Unfortunately, the turnover there. I love when you see Renee Holmes in space. She sizes up her options. She looks like she's jogging, but she's actually running in full flight. She looked up, she saw open space with the pink jerseys more on the right-hand side of the field, so she took the other option.
Connor goes quickly to the front, Simon. A little touch in there from Bremner, and it's come through for Heaney. Well, it was knocked on by Chelsea Bremner in the line-out. They're really contesting, both teams, aren't they, at line-out? It's an area, as you mentioned, honey, it is a big work on for New Zealand women, these teams, over the next 6-8 months. Looking forward to the reserves coming into the action a bit later, Ben.
Well, they're big benches here. We're up to 24. Matatu, we've got 25 to Manawa, so they're all going to get a run. Talking to the coaches early on, this is pre-season, and as we've talked a lot about, it could be the only one they get, depending on how all things pan out. So they'll all get a run, they'll all get a chance to put the colours on, get across the white line.
Matatu the throw for Ponsonby, down the back for Bremner. Again, it bobbles around and it's knocked on by Chelsea Bremner. Had to really stretch for it. So this is a good attacking chance for the Chiefs Manawa.
Some really good set-piece defensive work, though, on both line-outs. They're all competing, and that's what is really positive here. They're actually working out the line-out defensively, making sure they're understanding where the throw is, working with jumpers and lifters, both on attack and defence. And it's good to see throwing a pot up there in defence to try and disrupt play. Got to be done, so that is a positive out of that line-out.
Scrum was pushed back. Simon did really well. Woodman had crept in, but not going to get that as it goes through the hands of Horhep. A good scrum from Matatu to put the Chiefs under pressure. And again, McGovern, always hard to put down, but that's loose on the ground, no penalty. Against Elder, the captain. Liv McGovern always looks like she's been through the absolute ringer. That was a really good charge from her again. Oh, Holmes is... Oh, Tui's kept that in, is she?
No.
We're right in front of you, Ben.
No. All the athleticism in the world that we're used to seeing from Ruby Tui, it hasn't quite pulled off that one out of the hat.
Ponsonby needs to find a target, goes quick to the front, good ball for Heaney to work with. Now Gapper through the hands, McGovern out the back, Duplessis creating the overlap. Holmes into the line again, and now Matieli Tubic had to come up, did just enough to stop her as Flula came over to help out and cover. That's been knocked down by Horhepa. And now bobbling around too, and we'll go back to play the scrum.
Yeah, a bit messy out wide there, but take it back to the line out there, and they are struggling, both teams, to really win their lineouts. They've gone to the front this time, and it's came off, and it's worked effectively, and then they're able to unleash their backs and get a really great move in terms of getting it wide, but then it just gets a little bit messy there. They need to clean up that wide ruck to be able to replay and build some more phases.
Just kept coming off that Chiefs Manawa player, wasn't it? I'd like to see that try again as well, the one that Portia Woodman running away, just where that ball did come off as well. We did see Mata Elliott running around, just that defender that came in, whether that ball came off a Chiefs Manawa player into the hands of Woodman. I just sensed there might have been a hand there. There didn't look to be too much of a protest. But it looked like we've seen a couple of those tackles, that defensive line from Manawa, they come up quickly. You can see they're very well organised. You just see this hand here, you can see Woodman. It could be our number 8, might be Kennedy Simon, who just comes in here with that swinging arm, and bang, there the ball, then it pops back.
Captain Sideline's got his, he's pulled one out there.
Just,
Doesn't matter though, because it's on the scoreboard.
Now. That's right, it won't matter.
So heading towards the 30-minute mark, and words with the front rowers, Kulonavale, Connor and Mulu for the Chiefs. Rule, Ponsonby and Love for Matatu.
It's been a good battle up front with these two teams, and it's a one area, Ricky, that these teams, you can't actually progress much in the game unless you're playing and getting those combinations right. So it's a really tip of the hat to the coaching group and the players here to get well organised and a good combo going at scrum time.
There's Heaney for McGovern. Nice little short ball for Duplessis. She's had some good touches in midfield. Amy Duplessis, and again Holmes tries to stab a kick through, overcooked it though. Tried to unleash her winger Steinmetz. Making some good injections. They haven't been able to finish them off though, Matatu.
Just seeing the wingers come off their fringes as well. Mataele, they're heavily involved. If she's not out on her far wing, creating something out there, then she's coming in and running those short lines back on the other side. It's really good set-piece play from both teams.
It's easy to forget too, these teams, it's not like they're full-time assembled together. They've had 3 camps or so throughout the new year so far, and then obviously the last week to 10 days, 2 weeks has been very disrupted. So we will see a little bit of time just to get their game going. And here's some more ball from Matatu. Connor not happy with the decision. Knock on goes against the Chiefs.
We've got a substitution here as well. We have
Chiefs are making a
Tapsell
substitution coming on
on a number 19. Pia
Tapsell.
Tapsell. She's on for the skipper. There's Elder.
Pia Tapsell, 6-test Blackfern, was a real breakout star in 2019 and hasn't quite hit those heights yet, but looking to really get back to that form because, boy, it's in such a competitive area in the loose at the moment. She was dynamic that season, so gets a chance. And she is. And that's a good scrum, huge scrum from the Chiefs. And aren't they pleased about it? Matatu just bent backwards.
Well, you see it here, and you can see the push coming early from the Chiefs, and they're driving, really coming in hard from that left-hand side, starting to turn the Matatu aware. They're trying to get the ball out. Chiefs are stoked.
Yeah, a lot of pressure through that tight head side on the Matatu. All that hit coming through. It was Mulu in the number 1 jersey for Chiefs Manawa getting all the pats on the back. Yeah, that just lifts the team. You can see a lot of energy now as they walk into this line out.
Connor, through the hands this time of Warheap. I was going to say, found the target, but that Chiefs line out has just let them down a couple of times now. And that allows Rule to carry forward for Matatu. We'll go back and play the knock on. Oh, a real let off though after that great scrum.
Well, you see here as we start to get into the minutes of the game and we work towards this Hurricane, Poa and Blues match heading up on Thursday. But the girls, we're 31 minutes into the game now, and you can see the mistakes starting to slip in. A lot of these girls have not played a full 80 minutes in some time now, and this is where they really need to start to build those connections and probably settle down. The tempo's been really high. Probably need to ease back in and start to just build phases.
These teams will play in round 1 on Thursday, the start of the competition proper. Hurricanes, Blues, and the Chiefs Matatu, all live on Sky Sport and on Prime as well. Super Rugby Aupiki. Plenty of women's rugby coming up as Tui tracks back and immediately unleashes a tubic, and Tui sets off on a tear. Wanted the return ball, didn't get it. Instead, it's gone down the throat of McGovern. So they get a chance to counter again. Gapper goes back to the short side where they came from. McGovern, tricky little kick through as well, Red though. Seen quite a bit of kicking in this game so far. Tubic playing up in the line now, and Brazier's dropped back to fullback. Flula. Oh, opened up for Flula. They hung off her, and we all saw the gap, I think, just tripped up. And Holmes came forward to stop Stacey Flula, but gets a penalty as well. Flula's slow to get up. All right. And Marino Tohine wants to get on with things. Tubic. Wide for Simon. Oh, good skill on the ground from Kennedy. Simon had to be dragged down in the end by Bremner. Tapsell. And Kalornavale taken around the ankles. Then Connors smashed by Leonard. Tapsell again. Pia Tapsell straight up the middle. Marino Tohinu for Brazier. Hohepa. And through the hands, it was flat for Woodman. It was nicely read by Tori Gapper. Needed to make the tackle on Woodman again. It's cleared away by Delamere for Tiaringa, who goes hard and high and right in the fend in the face of Parks. Standing her ground and getting over the ball. Oh, good work from Marcel Parks, the number 8 for Matatu.
Marcel Parks has been outstanding this first half. She has been busy getting into everything, and that's a great turnover for her. The pressure was building, and she is able to get her team off the hook. I mean, it's a good long ball here, flat pass. This is the break from Flula. She sees she got that step, and she gets through. She just gets tripped up here. She's slowly coming back onto the field after that. It was a little bit of an injury break, but she's back out there. But Matatu, great defence.
Oh, not out again. Hasn't found touches, Holmes, and that will allow Brazier and Tubic to work again from the back. Here's Flula once more and Hohepa. Tui trying to get into the line as well. Trying to step her way through and does exactly that, right through traffic. Then look to bump off Steinmetz. Did Ruby Tui. Matatu try and pile in, but it's there for the Chiefs. Hohepa. It's China Hohepa who carries to the line this time. Out the back for Connor, into a gap as well. Luca Connor, she's got plenty of pace for a front rower. Gives the ball to Delamere, who's just caught 5 metres short. Here come the Chiefs, can't get it away. Now it's flicked away for Brazier through the hands, and Woodman for the corner. Play on is the call. Matatu have stopped and watched. Woodman checks, and the try is given. So there's a lot of discussion with the referee. She is going to have a look at something here that Matatu clearly thought they'd seen something in there. Portia Woodman and Kelly Brazier carried on. So we have got a TMO here in Taupō.
We're just checking with the TMO for that try.
Lost it on the ground, did she, Tubic?
Yeah, I don't know if it's knocked down from Matatu player. Says Edmonds goes to ground here. The clean out's good. It's here during the pickup. And is that a Matatu hand in there or not? Hard to say.
Oh, I think that's a knock on.
Yeah.
Straight knock on from Manawa.
The only hand it could be is Steinmetz, and she's well and truly busy in there.
I think Tubic's had a look up to see where the ball needs to go rather than just getting her full hands on the ball. It's just slipped out. Yeah, she's had a look up now.
18, Mamuka Palu.
Yeah, I don't think that's come off Matatu at all.
And that is what the decision is. So no try and the knock-on given. So a reprieve for Matatu came from a missed touch.
It's not being allowed.
And try disallowed. So it'll be a scrum 5 metres out from the line.
And it was a well-worked play there. We talked about the dual playmakers, and Hazel had 2 touches in that. You know, she was able to put Luca Connor in that huge hole, and how good to see Luca Connor in space. Look at her here. She's away. She's looking for support. She's running strong. She maintains her speed. She sees Edmonds coming up on the side of her there. Edmonds I thought she was there. And then, yeah, just the small error there.
Well, a great defensive read as well from Gapper as well, just to move off and make that tackle that needed to be made. Otherwise, well, we're in closer to the post. We have had a substitution. We have Ashley Palu, number 18, on for Matatu in replace of Amy Rule onto the tight head side of the scrum.
Oh, great opportunity for Ashley Palu, the Hawke's Bay player. Still so young in her career. Amy Rule's got the boot off and is limping a little bit, which would be concerning for Matatu. important scrum for Matatu in the teal. Are we going to go with teal? I like it. Big scrum again. Just trying to hold. The front rows are popped up and Heaney's able to scramble it away, or down low and difficult for McGovern, but she's cool under pressure and is able to exit that away pretty well after all of that. But that Chiefs scrum, Ben, is sort of starting to dominate as we thought they might have done in that after that first scrum.
Yeah, well, it seems that every team that is defending scrum time or isn't feeding that ball and is actually putting some dominance through. So it's the ones that have the ball when they've got their feed, they've really got to concentrate.
Line out this time is better, and Marino Tohunu gets it away for Brazier. Oh, another new player onto the field as Georgia Dales. There's a big collision in there. And a penalty as well. Good work over the ball from Ponsonby. Dales on for Stacey Flula.
Yeah, she's just snuck on as Dales at Wellington. Playing for the Pride down there. It's great to see her in the colours.
Good pick up. Georgia Dales been playing a lot in Japan as well. Rolling subs effectively today, up to 12. As we head towards half-time, this has been a really willing contest. Ponsonby. Down the back they'll go for Bremner, Chelsea, and not straight. Oh no, it wasn't it a free kick? Was it jumping across the line? I thought that looked pretty good. The free kick goes for Matatu. It's no chance to get down the other end and just put some pressure on late in the half. Committee meeting and they opt for a scrum.
Well, they're going to have a go here, surely, with that, the clock ticking away, just over a minute left before half-time. They've opted for the scrum. We've mentioned Ashley Palu on there, number 18, so some fresh legs. And there, the way that back line is set doesn't look to be like they'll be kicking, but they've got options. You can hear that hooter there, but Parks off the back is one option. She's been really strong, the number 8.
It's a good old-fashioned hooter.
Yeah, it's about 30 centimetres away from me as well, so my ears are ringing.
So McGovern's just sneaking back over with Gapper. Just behind the scrum. No, Gapper's coming back the other way. And Matieli. In there as well. Heaney wants to get it in and out and does exactly that. Instead, we will go to half-time here at Owen Delaney Park. It has been a willing contest in the first pre-season hit out in Super Rugby Aupiki, and it is the Chiefs who lead Matatu 7 points to 3 at the break.
Chiefs over Matatu. New Zealand Rugby would like to acknowledge the commitment and support of the following New Zealand Rugby partners who have helped us launch Sky Super Rugby.
An England side on the rebuild.
Brilliant!
Face the mercurial Windies.
Magnificent shot.
In 3 tests. England Tour of the West Indies starts Wednesday, live Sky Sport 1.
Everyone needs a good workmate, someone to help carry the load. A crack of dawn riser, a get stuck in it. Never complaining, always performing, whatever the conditions. Carrying their weight and then some. Dependable, tough, smart, hard-working, and a lot of fun. We're proud to be New Zealand's favourite workmate. Ford, the #1 light commercial heavyweights.
Yeah, I hated watching the game with mates because the Ashley and Martin adverts would come on and they'd always be like, is it time for your turning point, Tay-Tay?
Make today your turning point, and the doctors at Ashley and Martin could help regrow your hair.
disease.
At Resene, a little test pot can go a long way to helping you choose a colour scheme. And more test pots than anyone else means more choice at your Resene colour shop.
Here's your coffee, Bert.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Bert, and I'm a big fan of the supercars. It's my job to make sure everything's clean. On and off the track. To make sure everything's clean. Because you can't expect top performance if it ain't clean. That's why I recommend VP Ultimate 98 for your daily drive. I could go on and on about it, but it looks like word's out on the street already. VP Ultimate 98, top performance for your daily drive.
Oh, what a day. Got to sweat it out. Let the pressure out. Push on. Come on. Tomorrow, bring it on. Ion 4 Hydration. Powerade.
Adventure awaits you with the Jeep Gladiator 0% finance offer. Pay 1/3 now, 1/3 in 12 months, and the final third in 24 months. On for a limited time. See your participating Jeep dealer today.
The NRL Premiership Round 1, live on Sky Sport.
Welcome back to Owen Delaney Park in Taupo. It is half-time and the Chiefs Manawa lead Matatu 7 points to 3. Honey Hirami Smiler alongside me, Ricky Swanell here. And the Blues are watching on is Charmaine Smith and little baby Amelia, 4 months old. And how good, well actually both of them, Charmaine Smith and Charmaine McMenamin, really serious injuries. And being able to come back and play. Smith thought her career was over 18 months, 2 years ago, and now she's back in with the baby in tow. The Blues players here, obviously, unfortunately, can't play this weekend, but all in their wee bubbles within their subgroups, aren't they, as the Chiefs getting ready to head back out there. Honey, what do we expect from these teams in the second half?
Yeah, I think both coaches are going to look to start rolling subs. I mean, we've got big benches, 10 players waiting eagerly on that bench, and impressive bench players. I think we'll see a number of changes start to roll in. For me, the worry is that the continuity may lapse a little bit. You may see some errors start to come in as they start to, this is where they really start to try and dominate their spot so that they can get a starting lineup for when the competition starts next week.
Our sideline eye is Ben Castle. Ben, what did you make of that first half and what are your expectations for the second?
Well, I think both coaches will give their teams a pass mark for that first half. They've certainly thrown plenty at it. I think that set piece that they'll look to be tidying up. A lot of their line-outs haven't quite been accurate on both sides. Some of the scrum work when it hasn't been their feed. But they'll be really pleased with some of the defensive work on both sides. The opportunities they've created. We've seen Chiefs Manawa be really physical and use their speed. And we've seen Matatu will really hang in there as well and seen some real class from some of their back line as well. So as they come back out, yeah, well, there's be plenty of energy as well here on the sideline. They're so excited to be playing. Aupiki is here. It's arrived under all sorts of different conditions that no one could expect or no one can anticipate, but these players are getting out and giving it their all, so looking forward to a really good second half.
What we will also have in the second half is a new referee. So Lauren Jenner, she's had to wait a while too to get back out in the middle. One of our top referees, of course, was at the Olympics. So change in ref. Note that Matatu coach Blair Baxter just went down and had a quick word, had a few clear instructions. Lauren Jenner taking charge in this second half. And there'll be a stack of changes. We are certain of that. Keep up to date. Looks like Renee Whitcliffe, at least for one, is out there. What an option to bring off the bench as the Chiefs get us underway in the second half, and it is spilled straight away by the Matatu captain, Alana Bremner. Not the sort of mistake she would usually make. Eagerness to the ball and just gives it back to the Chiefs right after half-time. Ariana Baylor out there as well at half-back. We'll get to feed this scrum.
Yeah, I think just caught her a little off guard before she decided to take that kick. Her movement was a bit late towards the ball, forcing the fumble there. And the pressure coming on from Victoria Edmonds, recently married, now Victoria Makia. They're keeping her Edmonds name for this competition.
Oh, thank goodness.
We also got JJ Taylor out there, number 18 for Chiefs Manawa, up front in the front row. So good substitutions now, a bit of energy.
And just looking at how that Chiefs Manawa backline lines out. Brazier's still there at first 5. Carla Horhepper at second. It looks like Portia Woodman and at centre. Renee Whitcliffe's outside her. Ruby Tui and Georgia Dales are 2 wingers, so perhaps Whitcliffe playing in.
Playing in that fullback role, potentially.
Yeah. She's very versatile, obviously, Renee Whitcliffe, one of the greats of New Zealand rugby. And now the up-and-comers, Ariana Baylor, feeds the scrum. Real live wire on that difficult Northern Tour last year for the Black Ferns. Off the back they go. It's difficult for Baylor as well to scoop it up, and that allows Horhepper just to try and straighten, squeezes it out the back. Simon clears away. Brazier, Woodman in close quarters, gets the fend on and the ball away. First touch for Whitcliffe is a good one. Oh, just about kept in field. Thought she had. They'll go back. Though the Chiefs and play the penalty for offside. Brazier taps and goes. Horhepper allowed a lot of time to wind up was China Horhepper. And another penalty in quick succession against Matatu. And there is Baylor in 22, made her test debut. Player who has had so many injuries. Now really gets to front up. Good hard carry from Connor, as she usually does. Baylor for Brazier. Horhepper goes wide for Dales, who does well to haul it in. Wrapped up by Gapper, who often defends out wide. Te Rawariwa Gapper. Good hands down low from Mulu, but from a standing start and then loses control. And Matatu Leonard, it looks like, has scooped this up for Matatu, and that should allow Heaney to clear. In fact, McGovern will send it high again. Doesn't look for distance, and it only goes as far as Baylor on halfway. Gapper lines her up and makes a good hit. Edmonds, they try and blow over the top of this, and eventually Matieli came in, but came in off her feet. Well, they cleared out well. It was good physical stuff from Matatu. And, well, the Chiefs deciding they're going to play the second half at pace, and Horhepper has been heavily in the action. China, that is. Baylor, quick ball. Woodman had turned her back, turned just at the right time as she was heading back out. That leg strength of Portia Woodman drives her an extra half a metre or so. Brazier. No way through for Kelly Brazier. Baylor gets some support from Simon. Just getting a little bit of a tangle. The Chiefs at the moment, and maybe Baylor just have a bit of a breath, settle it down and set up here. A couple of penalties in a row here against Matatu.
Yeah, the ref's going to pull them in just for a bit of a chat. You can see the intents there. They want that line speed. They want to get up in the face, but they're probably just leaving a step too early. Need to take that extra step back if they're going to get off the line like that.
Again, the Chiefs decide to tap, and it'll be Connor again, who's been prominent, as she always is, with ball in hand. Brazier out the back for Horhepper, looks to go wide for Dales. A little bit of room, and just slices through Georgia Dales before being cleaned up by Matieli. Needed to be made, but she scythed her way through. And it's there again for Connor. The Chiefs pressing, looking for the first try of the second half, and it's another penalty. Not rolling away this time. Baylor gets on with things, and there'll be another one there, and it might be more, I think, for Alana Bremner. Just couldn't resist. And the Matatu captain will head to the sin bin. They'd been warned, and that was a cynical one from Bremner.
Yeah, I mean, she got spoken to a minute ago to let her team warning no, and it was probably just in the heat of the moment she goes to make that tackle. She knew they were offside, tried to slow the ball down, and the Chiefs are away again.
Chiefs want to press it, got an extra player overlap, and they will crash over through Pia Tapsell. It was coming, and they were nice and patient in the end, and Tapsell gets the first points of the second half to extend the Chiefs' lead.
It's great continuity from the Chiefs forwards, really building into that try. You see the likes of Connor and Angel, Mulu pairing together, giving the offloads. Baylor, with her smarts there, she takes the quick tap, forces that penalty, and away they go again. They're not slowing the play down. They're wanting to play at speed, at tempo. Brazier gives the ball here, running hard and sharp. Hohep has been involved in everything, and Pia Tapsell, too big, too strong. She goes over for the points.
Well, going back to Hohepa as well, she was one that started it way back on the halfway line. She got the ball in hand and just put her foot down and showed some speed. There's the last little touch as well, and good try. Just constant pressure and continuity, as you mentioned, Honey, but they started right back on halfway with that ball in hand. You see Brazier adding the extra two nice and easily, and just showing how strong they can be when they respond quickly, and those quick taps, getting the tempo into the game. Some substitutions here. Number 16 for Manawa, Grace Hopapa Barrett. She'll be coming on for Luca Connor.
Well, Grace Hopapa Barrett made great strides on that Black Ferns tour last year. Really impressive at hooker. Good opportunity for her to get some game time as well.
We've got Julia Gorinsky, number 19 as well. She has now joined Matatu.
Long way on the sin bin for the captain. They're going to have to muscle up here. Matatu down to 14 for the next 10 minutes or so. Holmes has driven that restart long and out over the side. So they'll get some territory, and they have been able to disrupt this Chiefs line out.
Yes, they have. It'll be interesting to see Renee Holmes now being named as vice-captain. She'll step up now and really try to inspire her team, get them up. They've lost their captain for this 10 minutes, but it's great to see a young, influential player like Renee Holmes take the reins.
Another new person in the line out as well. It's Neil Fitzgerald for Manawa.
That one's gone into the hands for Whaneva. And there's Tapsell, but that was well read, and Duplessis at a big size disadvantage and did well. Space here for Wycliffe. She's got Tui with it. Haven't seen Tui in open spaces. She's a forward in sevens, but she's got plenty of gas as a winger, and then cleverly draws in Gapper, and that will allow Wycliffe, with all that strapping, even with the chase from Holmes, and Renee Wycliffe into the game in the second half and gets a try as well.
Oh, it's so good to see Renee Wycliffe go over for those points. She's the veteran. Like you said earlier, Ricky, she's held herself with so much mana. She was involved heavily, few touches in that initial play. It's so good to see her back out running freely, heavily strapped knee, but Renee, you can never stop her. You see the ball, it goes wide here. Again, it's that sevens influence, you see them, but it's the timing here for me. Renee Wycliffe takes the ball to the line, stays in support of Ruby Tui, and then it's that last pass here, the double pump, and you know Renee's away.
Oh, it's a great finish, isn't it? The names as well that were really influential in that movement. Brazier and Hohepa, you could see Carla Hohepa demanding that ball coming out. They could see it was on outright, and just the skill level with the ball out in front. With two hands, lovely passing, running onto the ball and putting these speedsters away. And a great finish.
Well, we talked at the start, didn't we, about the connection within the Matatu team with so many Canterbury players, but you could see the connection there between Brazier, Woodman, Tui and Renee Wycliffe, who used to be part of the Sevens program, trains with them a lot in Tauranga, obviously. As Kelly Brazier adds two more. So the Chiefs, all of a sudden, they've flown out of the gates in the second half, and they've stretched that lead to 21 points to 3.
Simple but effective, drawn pass, hold the ball. It's all about the timing, all about the speed of the ball. You can see it here. It's like I say, it's so simple but so effective, and it looks so good.
So still one player short for at least another 5 minutes or so. Matatu, as Woodman brings down the restart. And the Chiefs looking to turn the screws here early in the second half. Penalty as well, that won't help, couldn't roll away. Pip Love just trying to slow things up a little bit, using all her experience. Again, they want to tap and run it and spread it. Hohepa to Hohepa. Tui and Simon just floated that ball into the hands of Kennedy Simon. Baylor, so lively, always adds something. She comes off the bench, but straight off the feet this time, or straight in from the side rather, so a let off here for Matatu, much needed.
You see the difference between the Chiefs forwards who are ball players, the likes of Hohepa, the likes of Haupapa Barrett, they're all ball players, so they're playing really free and open rugby, which is really impressive. Again, on the other side though, Matatu have just the same amount of skill set within the likes of Marcel Parks and the likes of Chelsea Bremner. They can all play in that really skill set sort of way.
Oh, haven't found touch again with the penalty. That's a couple of times that's happened for Holmes as Wycliffe tried to ghost her way through, pops a little ball and gets absolutely monstered over the top was Mulu. Woodman runs hard to the line. And another penalty again off their feet. The Chiefs. So they're giving the ball back to Matatu. They're giving them chances. Matatu just haven't been able to take them as yet. A few changes coming in front of you, Ben. Five cavalry coming in. We'll figure them out as we go. Good opportunity for all of these players. Love, Parks, McGovern, Palu will head to the bench. Getting some fresh legs while they're still one short. Bremner still. And that's come through and stolen again by the Chiefs. So Matatu just making a couple of mistakes while they're already under pressure with the players short. At the back they go. Oh, Hohepa as Duplessis had rushed up. Good Amy Duplessis, though. She's not the biggest centre at all, but has made some important tackles and had a couple of nice little touches. She was in the Black Ferns frame, of course, as contracted player. Didn't tour last year, though. Lots of new forwards and a new halfback out there for Matatu. Rosie Kelly on in 21, can see her just there to the left. Graham Muir packing down at number 8, the Otago veteran. And they've put some good pressure on here. Baylor struggling to get that out. That'll be a penalty for Matatu. Just what they needed. Now they need to try and make the Chiefs pay. Great scrum from Matatu.
Graham Muir back on there, and she's absolutely stoked. And you're absolutely right. This is exactly what they need. They need to get that motivation back up. You can see the ball goes in there, and it's just that second push that comes through from Matatu. Out on the right, the tight head prop out there. Job well done, Matatu.
Lucy Anderson on 17, just onto the field. It's a midfielder and then a number 8. Now she's a front rower. And she's learnt the craft pretty well. Amy Rule on this tight head side. So Kelly will feed the scrum. Remember, they're one short though too, Matatu, so they want to get it out of there. That's exactly what Kelly does. Oh, it goes to ground, but able to be picked up by Gapper. Be Via out there, Kalisatina Via. In jersey 22. One test Black Fern, Kalisatina Moatane. Another newly married. Matatu looking for points. Kelly taps and goes for Ponsonby. Runs headlong into Hohepa and Mulu. Kelly for Muir. Matatu is looking to batter their way through at the moment. Oh, they got in and stolen that away though. Have the Chiefs. Might have been China Hohepa again. And now a lot of open spaces. Here's Carla Hohepa. Shapes to pass, held on to it. She's got space for Wycliffe again. Wycliffe looking for Tui, who just stopped and propped and chopped back in field as they ran out a little bit of room. Now looking for the gap, as she always does. She'll go sideways all day until she has to straighten Ruby Tui. And again, she tries to go around them, gives the ball away for Dales, and they finally make it up towards halfway. And now it's there for Edmonds. They've turned defence into attack really quickly, have the Chiefs, thanks to a great turnover right on their own line. Matatu almost thought they'd won that one back, but no, Baylor for Hohepa. Taken down on halfway, China Hohepa, and the penalty. Again, it's not quite getting that entry right, the Chiefs, but sure they can break out really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, what a great breakout. It's Ruby Tui turning a 15s game into a 7s when she skips around across the field like that. But again, you can see that they're trying to shift the ball wide. If it's not working in the pass game, then you just give it to Ruby and she'll run across field all day.
And just adding that tempo into the game, aren't they? That's what they're wanting to do, just throw anything at it and try and disrupt. That's where they're at their best. You can see the breakout with Hohepa and down that right-hand side earlier, and you can see now Alana Bremner, the captain, she's back out there, so Matatu go back to 15.
Not before time as well. Georgia Ponsonby needs to find a target here. Give themselves a chance to build and get back into this match, Matatu. To the middle and Leonard, and that's nice ball for Kelly to work with. And running straight and hard into the line is Via. Trying to squeeze that out with hands on it. Haupapa Barrett over the top of that ball. Holmes up to the line again. Wrapped up by Woodman. Matieli, they keep pressing down the left. Matieli hard to put down, but Dales ragdolls her away. Duplessis there in support again. Stayed in field well. Have Matatu. She's crying for a knock on, and there was just a little fumble at the base of that ruck from Kelly, and a promising move breaks down for Matatu.
Matatu back to 15 players on the field. Yellow cards over.
Lots of new players on in these front rows.
Well, what we've seen from the Chiefs, Manawa, what do you think they'll do here? It looks like where Brazier's stacked, this looks like they're going to run this. They'll keep going.
It seems to have been the intent right from the start of this half, and here is Brazier to the line. There's that step, and then the offload there for Hohepa, who's been really good this afternoon. Carla Hohepa, but loses that. Jenkins and Duplessis it was again. In there for Matatu, timely intervention. Got to try and make the most of this. As Haupapa Barrett comes through, but illegally so. Offside the Chiefs. Great turnover though. Duplessis and Jenkins making the tackle. And it was Hohepa. It's China Hohepa is down, but I think it was Carla Hohepa who made the carry.
Well, both teams disciplined. That's having two words either side now around just keeping the flow of the game. They are starting to infringe. You can see a really good turnover as more games. Well, hopefully next week, Hurricanes Poa versus the Blues. Live on Sky Sport 1 next Thursday. Fingers crossed we move through to that, and then more coming up, Ricky.
Yep, Chiefs, Manawa and Matatu. That's the first proper competition game, 6:30 from Hamilton, live on Sky Sport 1. Yeah, the game's live on Prime as well. And of course, more Super Rugby Pacific. This should be an absolute belter, this one. The Blues and the Chiefs. That's coming up after us from Eden Park. It's an absolute feast of rugby. Hurricanes Highlanders tonight as well, live from Sky Stadium. Nice to see the teams back at home too. Brumbies and the Waratahs from Canberra. All live on Sky Sport 1. So just delay here from China Hohepa down. We just saw Stacey Flula go up the tunnel with her arm in a sling.
Yeah, you can see the players slowly just starting to pick up a few niggles here and there, and it's expected. We think that this is a full-on match, but it is a pre-season, and a lot of these women have not played rugby for 2 to 3 months, so you're expecting that. Hopefully they're not big injuries, because the girls kick back off come Thursday. But China Hohepa, she's been outstanding this game, involved in everything. Let's hope the best for her.
Well, it's such a small window that this competition's played in too. You can understand that, yes, this might have the words pre-season on it, but it does not feel like that at all. They have been ripping in with the opportunities to play. Stacey Flulit, as you said, Armless Singh doesn't look, or she never looks too upset about many things. But this is a big chance of Matatu, taken in nicely by Leonard. She's been a good target. And now they drive well. Last time the Chiefs sacked that driving maul really nicely. But this time, Matatu, nicely connected, well connected, tucked in the back for Ponsonby. Has a little eye up and now gets some support from the likes of Veer and Duplessis. They get the penalty. Duplessis wants to go to the blind side, goes herself, Amy Duplessis, almost there. Caught just short. Still they work the blind gap. A little inside ball. Jenkins is stopped half a metre away from the line. Matatu pressing. There's a massive clear up, goes diving over, try given. Lots of pats on the back. It was hard work, a well-worn try, and then it's Julia Gorinsky who gets the pats on the back, but that's a big forwards effort and a much-needed try for Matatu.
Huge forwards effort, and it's well-deserved, and it comes off the back of that line-out where both teams have been having some real woes, but Matatu, they backed themselves. They're back to their full complement of 15 players, and they thought, let's give the drive another go, and it came off perfectly. Even the ball shift here, Gappa tries to give the inside pass. They reset the ruck, and Gorinsky, she just gets in there and jumps over the ruck and thinks, hey, there's the line right here. Good, great work from Matatu.
Yeah, just seeing the end of it there. It is a really good forwards try. The drive at line-out time was exceptional as well. They set it up here as the finish back inside to Jenkins. She was really good in that drive too. She stayed connected right up front there and got rid of the players. She actually brought the advantage on because they were under advantage here with Manawa. There's that big clean out and there's the try. Well, they needed to score. And it's been a really good second half. Both teams coming out really expressing themselves.
Rosie Kelly with the kicking duties from the sideline. It's difficult, got the distance, but not going to have the direction. There was a player that peeled away. I think it's Grace Haupapa Barrett, actually, just from distance looking at the headgear as that try was scored, and is still getting some treatment down in the touch and goal area. But an important try for Matatu. 21 points to 8 now. Still 20 minutes to play in the Super Rugby Aupiki pre-season match. And oh yeah, that doesn't look good for Grace Haupapa Barrett. Just trying to get some weight on. Just, I mean, look at the doctor she's got next to her, one of the best in the business, Dr. Deb Robinson. Just lost China Hohepa as well. So worrying for the Chiefs. Couple of injuries in this match so far. Here's Steph Tiohare Fox, still going at the ripe old age of, 36. Gets her first touch of Aupiki. Good carry from Anderson. You can just see Matatu got the bit between the teeth. Oh, there's two heavyweights clashing. Hohepa and Veer. Carla Hohepa stopped her in her tracks. Whitcliffe. Oh, clever again. She's got such good skills. Renee Whitcliffe, clever little touches. Matatu just trying to muscle in there. There's Langi Viunu onto the field as well. Great to see her back in jersey 25 after injury time away. And Awhina Tanjin Wainohu out there as well. Here's Tia Ringa still going up over halfway. Well, if it was lots of open spaces and running in the first, it's been tight in the second, and now they want to give it though. Dale's coming in, switching wings. Oh, nice little sleight of hand for Whaneva. Good control from the Chiefs again. Baylor runs into Jenkins. Brazier decides she ain't going to run anywhere near those tight forwards. Whitcliffe. That broken field is where she's dangerous, but she's smothered by Tiohare Fox, and that's ripped away as well. And so Anderson, who is a front rower, but she was a midfielder. She's got plenty of pace. She might be able to back herself here, looking for the support. I think she could have just put the head down, Lucy Anderson. She forgot she's a former back, the front rower, but she's got her team on the front foot. They give it away for Gappa. The Chiefs having to scramble back. Duplessis. Duplessis' good footwork. Pots the ball for Holmes and the dummy. Holmes for Steinmetz. And the offloading game is good from the Matatu. And they get their second score in quick succession. Grace Steinmetz.
Oh, who said this was a pre-season game? This is absolutely outstanding rugby. And it goes against the play. You see the break here. So the ball's ripped here from Renee Whitcliffe, and it happens to just pop up in Lucy Jenkins' hands, and she's away. Big fend here, and she's off. She's got a clear open field. She's looking for support. She's fast enough. She probably could have done that whole play, but instead they go to ground here. They get the ball wide. Marcel Parks gets the ball off, out to Renee, and then who better to finish off but Grace Steinmetz.
Well, that turnover, wasn't it good there? Steph Te O'Hare Fox, she was the one at that breakdown as well. And then we see Anderson, so it's all the replacements coming on and then finished by the starters. So everyone getting involved. And a really well-worked try in the end to see Steinmetz go over the top there. Well, they've really come alive in the second half. Well, the second period of the second half. They've brought on some substitutions, and you talk about, well, they do have rolling subs today, but the starting 15 out there, you do need a squad, and the power of the squad here on the road. Matatu, they're not giving up, putting in a great fight.
Well, Steinmetz has kept herself really involved in the game. She's a busy winger, always is. It's exactly what you want, and on the end of the chain. Well, Julia Gorinsky, the genuine tight forward, thinks I'm chasing my prop here, but then you remember that your prop was actually a midfielder a couple of years ago and has got plenty of gas, Lucy Anderson. So all of a sudden, that gap closed back again. 21-13 now. Still 15 minutes to play. Brazier goes shallow with the restart this time, and it's brought down by Lucy Jenkins, the real workhorse of this Matatu team, and a penalty as well. Tap and go from Rosie Kelly, wanted to get away quickly and did exactly that. Stopped in her tracks. The little halfback. Ponsonby still going as well. These players off their feet try and go in. Veer takes to the line, flicks the little ball out the back. Eventually it's Anderson who goes to ground. Kelly through the hands. Holmes just stops and props to get rid of Tennille Fitzgerald. Matatu trying to build from inside their own half. Muir towards halfway. Kelly, is it ball lost? Might have been a foot that just came through untimely, but it was a relief for Matatu, as relief rather for the Chiefs, as Matatu was starting to build again.
Yeah, you can almost feel the momentum's really shifted towards Matatu. They've got their energy up. The Chiefs are looking like they're sucking a few big ones in at the moment. They'll probably look to make a few more changes, but we're heading into those closing minutes of the game, and this is where the resilience really needs to step up.
So Baylor to feed the scrum for the Chiefs, just on the Matatu side of halfway. Matatu get a good shove on again, and it's a tight head, won by Matatu. So the reserves forwards for Matatu have really made a good effort. Here's Te O'Hare Fox, the veteran. Kelly, Leonard, Gapper. Veer got some open space here. Lieutenant Veer taken in a really good tackle by Edmonds, and it earns a penalty as well. Baylor, they've tapped from penalty a lot, the Chiefs, in the second half. They want to raise the tempo. They've got that opportunity to try a few little things as well in this pre-season game before we hit the comp on Thursday. Here's Te Aringa, running hard once more. Connor again back out on the field. Luca Connor putting in a big shift. Whitcliffe plays halfback. Brazier, Horhepper, cut out ball through the hands. They go in for Viunu with that low centre of gravity and a good footwork as well. Great to see her back out there after missing a long spell last season. Chiefs building. Mulu. Bay of Plenty. Front rower goes to ground, but it just squirted out the back. And Muir was able to pounce, so one back by Matatu. Or not even. They've come back through again, the Chiefs. But the penalty will go to Matatu. They got stuck in there for a wee while. They've defended well, though, Matatu. They're hanging in. They probably need to be next to score. Holmes has missed touch a couple of times from penalty, not so that time.
Substitution here. We have Fina Tanjin Wainahu. And number 17 for Chiefs Manawa. And I can even see on the sideline as well, we've got Les Elder, she's up as well, so we'll probably see her again for the Chiefs. So plenty of power still to come on both sides as well with this rolling subs today.
Down the back they go this time. Leonard's been a really good option for Michaela Leonard, the Australian international, coming into this match. More and more good charge from Via. There is Leonard once more. Brumby's captain in Super W. She'll rejoin that comp eventually. It's another Aussie in the Matatu team. Arabella McKenzie not playing today though. And just losing that ball on the ground. A little bit inaccurate in the clean out to give the Chiefs the scrum feed.
Yeah, penalty count really starting to creep up now. In terms of territory and possession, though, it's still quite an even match coming into the second half. But again, you've got to look back at the consistency of these players. They're wanting to play their best game, also pull out, you know, what they've been training, all their game plans and all their set pieces and things like that, but probably a little bit guilty of just allowing that one pass too many or not being accurate around the breakdown.
Baylor feeds the scrum again in the second half. That Matatu scrums looked fairly solid as well, and pushed them back a couple of times that they've done nicely off the back here through taps or good hands. Great skill from Baylor, as you are from Brazier, as you'd expect. And then Dales is able to free Wycliffe. She's got Dales and she's got the ball outside. Viunu's got plenty of speed, but the cover defence coming across does a really good job. Inside ball for Dales. Tried to roll the extra metre. The dynamic movement was there, but has to lay it back now. Referee looking to see what she can find in there. It might have been pinched back by Matatu. No, still there for Viunu. Buries the head. Tries to go low. They stop her once more. Chiefs inches away. There for Baylor now. The ball was out. You heard the cry from Matatu. Running hard to the line is Edmonds. Matatu's defence looking to hold. Oh, try given. But I'm not 100% sure that went straight down. They're celebrating on the ground. Horono Tiaringa it is. Or is it Connor who'll come up with it? It's Luca Connor who came up with it. Lauren Jenner said she got a pretty good side of it straight away, and Connor scores the try for the Chiefs.
Well, you talk about continuity, Ricky, and you see exactly there. You see how much the firepower of the Chiefs backs have to offer when they get this ball out wide, and the amount of hands that this ball goes through. It's the initial break here from Dales, and then the ball goes wide. Vainu does great here. She gives the pass, she backs it up, and it continues to play, as well as Renee Wycliffe. It's great set of legs there. Good defence from Matatu. Dales falls short of the line, but it's the recycle ball. It's when the forwards all pile in here. Luca says, I can see the line, I'm keen. Haruna latches on in the back there, and they're through.
Well, they've done well, haven't they, Manawa? Just that breakout and that ability just to strike from anywhere when they get the skill level, led by this player here as well. Brazier, she's been outstanding, just orchestrating people around her. She adds two more pretty easily. And in the hands of Renee Wycliffe, some of that firepower they can draw on. But equally, really impressed with Matatu's defence. They had to scramble. They were under all sorts of pressure. This is the end of it here, where the power comes in.
Well, Ben, like you saw the sleight of hand in the first half, I'm still not 100% convinced that Luca Connor got that down. There weren't hands underneath, but the try's on the board. And Chiefs have regained control. 28 points to 13 now into the final 10 minutes. And Wycliffe, gee, she's made some really good injections in the second half. Tubic back out there now too. There's Carla Horhepper. Oh, tried to slice through and then looked to release the hand. Now she's pulled away. Might just be cramp for her. We've just seen her sister limp off a wee bit too. There's a couple of sore bodies at the moment. Just breaking down these final few minutes.
You think a competition game coming up on Thursday, and the coaches and the decisions that they have to make now with the starting 15 and the benches, it's tough, you know. Every single player that's taken the field today has stepped up and put their hand up, so tough job being in the coach's position.
You think for Matatu, they've got Kendra Coxedge and Kendra Reynolds to hopefully come back into the mix. Isolating at the moment, but otherwise Kendra Coxedge as well. Same for Chiefs Manawa, Chelsea Semple, excuse me. We're back out there straight up through the middle though as home. So yeah, as I say, decisions to be made, but still 7 minutes to play here first, and Matatu don't look like they're done yet, but Grace Steinmetz might be after being absolutely rocked by Wycliffe. She's bounced back up, Steinmetz, but what a hit. What do you mean pre-season?
Well, it's the master showing the student how it is. It's a great hit from Renee Wycliffe. Here she just comes in on that great angle and bang, down she goes.
Oh, the pace and the physicality of it's brilliant to watch. And Wycliffe, so experienced as well. Just see it here, you can see number 23, knows exactly what's happening, and bang, that right shoulder.
Yeah, the person who didn't know what was happening with Steinmetz, wasn't it, right in her blind spot?
That's right, but credit, she's bounced straight back up. Yep. Big smile on the face, the bench there, they all know it's physical. They're expecting that. Now they're just back into job number 2, you know, next one that's in front. It's great to see.
All stuck eventually. Baylor digs out from scrum and a little misunderstanding. There's lots of changes in that back line now. Marino Tohinu looks like she's in at 10. Barazi is on the bench. Edmund's still going, has not stopped. And then the ball from Dales, and she has made good impact as well, Georgia Dales, and now she's monstered. The hits are coming late in this match. That was from Veer. Rather, it was Taylor Simpson, I think, who made that hit. Izzy Waterman even, I'll get there eventually. Credit the right player, and now getting through, almost trying to get the hands free is Tennille Fitzgerald with her massive engine, works so hard. Kalona Vale, Bremner stands her ground. Tried to release it, got hit at the same time. Did taps, all ball went straight to ground though, so play on is the call. Tubic. It's got a little bit loose, and this could be trouble because Grace Steinmetz has got plenty of gas, and it's a foot race with Ruby Tui. Steinmetz is going to win that race if Tui can keep her head, though she does really well. Ruby Tui was tempted to make the early tackle. They'll give away the penalty. The Chiefs, though, it was great patience from Steinmetz, and now trying to crash over, wrestling to the ground, not getting it to ground, though. Simpson is held up. And there are a lot of hands on knees and tired bodies late in this match now.
Well, there's so much going on, and it's the physicality. I love the foot race here between Tui and Steinmetz. Very good, smart play from Tui not to get in the way of Steinmetz there, but the great turnover comes in from Simpson. And then again, the Matatu are just held out, but they're in great prime position now to attack.
Yeah, it was smart from Tui, wasn't it? Just to keep the cool head and not want to make that play, knowing that Steinmetz had just a touch of pace on her. Here goes Matatu again, and Izzy Waterman. Nice early ball for Anderson, ranging wide, and then back in field for Gappa, who spies one, and through she goes. Te Rori with Gappa, rock solid as always, and gets the reward too, late in the match for Matatu.
Well, you definitely can't count Matatu out of this game. There may only be 3 minutes left, but they've got the momentum and they've got the firepower, and that try is a great example of that. When the backs come together with the forwards, that try is absolutely outstanding. Gappa getting around the outside of Kali Faneva and closing that gap for Matatu.
Well, Waterman is there. She's the one back on the inside, but she's been great since she's come on in the number 25 for Matatu. But there's the finish. Lucy Anderson again involved. And what a way just to respond off that goal line dropout. It just shows you've got to be ready to attack, and filling the field. They had width. That was the key to Matatu, the ability to counter-attack. So numbers right across the park, which gives them the options. They took the right one. Oh, they've scrambled well on defence and really good on attack. That's a good kick, Ricky.
Yeah, really good kick from Holmes wide. So it closes the gap again. couple of missed conversions from Matatu in this half. If not 4, they would be within 1 scoring chance, but that makes it 28-20. Still time to play. Gee, she's been a good servant of Canterbury. Te Rōrewa gap at number 3 and now gets this opportunity to play in a professional comp. There's still time for Matatu if they can score quickly from this restart. Tubic bangs it away for Graham Muir. One of 3 Otago players in the Matatu squad. A wrestle to the ground for Anderson. Does well and needs some cavalry, and it comes just in time. Through the hands, they're going to have to run it. Or Gapper goes to the toe and see who can chase it. It'll be Waterman, but that's easy pickings for Whitcliffe. And this is where she's dangerous too in broken play. Stopped by Gapper. Matatu need to hold their discipline and try and force an error. Taylor. Baylor. Victoria Edmonds still going. Up through the middle, Baylor. Good carry from the halfback, and now Connor in support. Trying to just find a little bit of space wide for Tui. Tui's going to back herself to try and get around the outside here. Stabs a little kick through. Kelly will be able to clean this up. And now here's Matatu's chance to counter. They go downtown with a big kick. And it'll go out over the sideline. It's a good kick.
That's great kick, tactical kick there. Especially with Ruby Tui, she had come off her wing. She had taken that run in. The turn over there was space out wide. Great move from Matatu.
I like Holmes' ability, sums up the situation. She I'm going to maybe run it out, but probably not going to have enough time for 2 in here, especially the Chiefs can wind this out now. Said ball goes out over the side. So 1 more go for Matatu. We'll go back for a penalty or free kick instead. Tapsell. Good hands and good control for Taylor. Locked in over that though, that'll be Matatu ball. Great steal, excellent work at the breakdown, Glisatina Via. She's a player, the Otago midfielder who's had a lot of injury problems throughout her career. Loves to get some good consistent game time. Put herself back in Blackfern's frame perhaps as the hooter goes here and play out this penalty. Holmes will look for the sideline and then we'll keep going after 80 minutes because why not? Oh, not quite gonna, yes it is, just gonna make it into touch. Your Harry Fox. Matatu amble to the line. And it's going to go to the front this time. Garinsky knocked down and swooped upon by Tapsell. And the Chiefs through Baylor will get us out of here. And the first salvos of Super Rugby Aupiki are fired and won by the Chiefs. It may not have been competition proper, but if this is a sign of anything to come, we're in for a heck of a few weeks. It is the Chiefs Manawa who win Super Rugby Aupiki pre-season match. They've beaten Matatu 28-20.
Warriors, Dragons, Saturday, live on Sky Sport 4.
Could you afford a vet bill like this? What about these? With PD Pet Insurance, you can comprehensively insure your fur baby for less than $2 a day. Go to pd.co.nz, choose your plan, and buy online in under 3 minutes. To claim, simply go to a vet of your choice, get the treatment your pet needs, pay your vet and send us the bill. We pay out all valid claims within 2 business days. PD Pet Insurance. Buy online and get your first month free.
So, lately, I've discovered something new about my Atkins bars. They work just as well in the house as they do in their natural habitat, which is my car. They're still rich in protein, not a lot of carbs, and every Atkins bar has 1 to 3 grams of sugar. It's way better than some of the other stuff I've been snacking on. Now, plenty of studies show diets loaded with added sugar and lots of empty carbs, not the best for your overall health. So, welcome home, Atkins bars.
Don't just look for a new shed. Look for quality, robust design, backed by a 25-year structural guarantee. Look for genuine value and easy customized solutions. Look for Total Span. Total Span.
Enjoy the Nescafe Gold range with its distinctively rich taste and deliciously creamy plant-based lattes. So no matter how you enjoy your coffee, choose Nescafe Gold. Taste beyond compare.
There's just old school values in building relationships with people that you potentially are going to bump into at the supermarket. And we're about a handshake and a smile and actually being genuinely interested in the people that we do business with. We just see our clients as an extension of our internal team, and we want to feel like an extension of their team. Doing business face to face, it just doesn't get any more enjoyable than that. We're about people.
Here we go. Fresh ingredients deserve a soft, flavoursome loaf. Oh, beautiful, yeah? We won't be shy with the chicken. Oh, look at that.
Slap those bits of cheese on there. Look at all them seeds. Now, that's good tucker, isn't it?
Just chuck it on like that. Lovely jubbly. What?
Wicked.
Go on, free your inner foodie. Burgen it.
Tuck in then.
Sky Sport has the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup.
Absolutely brilliant.
Today live on Sky Sport 3.
Well, it has been an entertaining and willing Super Rugby Aupiki pre-season match. 28-20, Chiefs Manawa has beaten Matatu. Let's go and hear from the Chiefs captain. Les Elder is with Ben Castle.
Thanks, Ricky. Yeah, I'm here with Les, smiling after finally being underway in this Aupiki competition and getting away with a win. How are you feeling?
Feeling so good. I mean, the fact that we even just get to play a game of rugby with the times that we're in and all the changes that we've had in the last couple of weeks. So just really grateful to be out here playing some rugby.
And some good rugby, wasn't it? You threw the ball around, it was physical. There were a couple of times you really tested on defence, but you stuck at it and showed, I guess, some of that class you have out in that back line when you give them the ball.
100%. I mean, we had a licence to play and we came out here to play, so we were playing edge to edge and letting that ball go. So I'm pretty happy with the girls. The physicality on defence was unreal, the work rate, but, you know, we've got a bit of work to do, especially around our ruck and net, so we'll tidy that up.
Yeah, and fingers crossed you get to use the learnings from today into the competition that moves ahead. So, I mean, just a feeling of being underway and the culture and the team, and you can see you're all socialising around. There's just a big smile. It's a really good feeling finally to be here, isn't it?
It's such a good feeling. I mean, there's so many things to be proud of right now. The first of Super Rugby Aupiki, Women's Super Rugby. We get to do it in Chiefs country, you know, the first game in Chiefs country, which is pretty cool. And also in Ngāti Tūpareto, which I'm a descendant of, so very proud moment.
Oh, well, congratulations today. Your team played really well. I know that Alan and your coaching group and yourself will look closely at the tape for future, but you can take away today and go enjoy it with your team.
Cool, thank you so much. Thanks, team.
It's Les Elder. It's Chiefs country. She's very much a king country girl, isn't he? Taumaranui originally. So playing in effectively one of her home grounds, and how pleased they are to be out there keeping their social distance now, aren't they, the two squads? And that's what it is going to be like. There's going to be bubble life for some of these players the next couple of weeks. It's not easy, but they showed some good rugby today, and just a sign of what we're going to get over the next couple of weeks. Let's go back to Ben Castle. He has got the Matatu captain with him, Alana Bremner.
Yeah, thanks, Ricky. Well, Alana, commiserations to the result, but congratulations getting here, and the team that you've got and the smile on the face. You know, it wasn't the result, but plenty to be proud of today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just amazing to even be up here. Getting to Taupua, it's been obviously a few changes, but to get this game underway and to play our first game representing Matatu, a new team representing the whole of the South, the girls are super proud to be representing this team, and it was an awesome game out there against the Chiefs. It was good pre-season before we get into the competition next week.
It was really good. There are a lot of really good moments, especially on attack and defence. It seems that culture that you've generated already, you're working hard for one another. And it was especially noticeable on defence. Yes, there'll be some work-ons, but what stood out for you in the game?
I think especially on attack, like our team, we're wanting to play that free-flowing rugby, and there was some really exciting parts out there today that we're really looking forward to continuing on with. In our defence, just the pressure and just the connection we had within the team was something I was really proud of.
And playing right to the 80th minute, right? You never gave up, and you stuck at it. I just want to ask you around the new name Matatu and some of the meaning around that connection and unity. Well, it's really evident, isn't it? You can see that across your group.
Yeah, we've done a whole lot of work around connection. We've had many people that have put so much into this team, so now it's our turn to do what we can out on the field and represent it. So.
Well, congratulations on today. Not quite the result, but I know you'll take that into the competition, so good luck for that. Wish you well.
Thank you very much.
And we'll do it all again in just a couple of days' time when Sky Super Rugby Aupiki begins proper on Thursday. The Hurricanes against the Blues Chiefs, Manawa against Matatu. Both of those games, 3 o'clock and 6:30 from FNG Stadium, Waikato, live on Sky Sport 1 and on Prime as well. Well, still got a smile on the face as per usual. Let's hope the White Ferns do as well after their match against Bangladesh. Don't do what you did to me last night. The White Ferns looking to get on the board in the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup. That one on Sky Sport 3. Plenty of sporting action coming as well. Don't forget UFC pay-per-view. You can book that through Sky Arena. And we are off to Eden Park shortly. Blues against the Chiefs at Super Rugby Pacific Round 3 coming up shortly on Sky Sport 1. We will wrap it up here from Owen Delaney Park in Taupo, where Chiefs Manawa has beaten Matatu in Sky Super Rugby Aupiki. Cannot wait to start this competition. We'll see you on Thursday.
Coverage of Sky Super Rugby Aupiki is proudly brought to you by Bunnings Warehouse.
Impressive landscaping and even better golf at the Players.
The place to watch the Players Championship right here, right here, right here
on Sky Sport.
Here we are, the two teams left standing. The number 1 ranked side in the world, Australia, against Ireland, who have been absolutely outstanding. Demi Hayes drifts outfield, gives a nice ball to Faith Nathan. A try-scoring sensation is Faith Nathan going against Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe. A short line. Good ball to Ashby. Ashby on the right-hand side. It slipped here. It comes to Ireland. First touch for them, they go through Fabian Parsons. Fabian Parsons, the young gun, will fire this one in. Ireland, shoulder to shoulder, get the first score.
And that's the intensity that we are used to seeing this Irish team play at. They've been absolutely on fire, making the most of absolutely any scraps that they get. That's a shame for Australia because they were building, they were pulling the Irish defence, they were creating gaps.
Ashby, the foul, Whakasalia comes in on a nice little switch from Nathan. A bit of space here, another standout in this tournament. Big, strong barge, the legs drive on. Ripped free from Lucy Mulhall. It's play on, Ireland yet again looking to capitalise straight away. Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe has a crack herself, gets through the first one and the fan. Captain on captain. Come off an Australian boot. It stays with the players in green. Emily Lane down to the ground. To the short side, Ireland with Stacey Flood, the big, strong Flood. The tsunami is in. Stacey Flood gets try number 2 for Ireland. How about that? Shani Williams to the line. Shani Williams needs some Aussie jumpers with her. It's a real contest for the ball at this breakdown. And another penalty comes Australia's way. Hines to the right. Ashby. Oh, big contact. Nathan on the outside. The try scoring a menace for Australia. Faith Nathan has scored a 6th try in Sevilla and brings one in for the Aussies.
I'd say it's simple, Hans, but you know what? When you've got pressure coming at you like that, to be able to get that ball away is still very impressive. Faith Nathan, top try scorer for Australia in this leg. So threatening on the wing there.
Ireland playing with such confidence, put the kick through as well. Amy Murphy co-ranging up on this one. She picks it up. Nathan is there, and Hines. The penalty goes against Ireland, so Charlotte Kazak goes quickly to Faith Nathan. Nathan on the outside. Strong tackle, and it was needed as well from Lucy Mulhall. Kazak to Williams. Australia with Dom DeToy. Looking to bust here. DeToy beats one.
Not held.
Goes to the ground. Wasn't held. The tackle can still go again. DeToy cuts back in. And DeToy's going to do it herself. Dom DeToy will go underneath the sticks. Do you believe in miracles? Well, this game is locked up.
That is Australia at their best, that offloading game. They're such strong, powerful runners. They always manage to get their arms free. And they can interlink like that, get that forward momentum, and then put it out wide when they need to.
Farrell McGabe needed to make their tackle and did. Ashby across field to Paki, who goes on a run. Again, another switch to Toy. Dom DeToy looking to go the distance. DeToy chased by Murphy Crow. What a tackle. Emily Murphy Crow in with a hit, but Australia, numbers are plenty. Faith Nathan is in. Things to do today. Score the match winner in a cup final. Check that off, Faith Nathan.
Oh, wow. Heartbreak for Ireland. But Australia just showing their class there. Keeping it cool. When they had the opportunity to go, they were clinical, they were ruthless with it. DeToy, she has been so threatening in this final. She has certainly taken any opportunity, quite early in the tournament, but she has turned up for this game. It all came from her break.
What a finish to the sensational cup final. Australia break Irish hearts, and they can celebrate their 3rd gold medal in the current season. Full time, 17-12, Australia beat Ireland.